If you're a business owner and you're looking to sell your business and you've got a letter of intent contract, what's a profit multiple and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sylvan coming to you live for consulting secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento. So you may be willing to sell your business. You may be willing to look at your business and say, I want to put it on the market, but I need to know what my profit multiple is and how do I figure that out? Every industry out there has some known margin out there, a profitability multiplier that they're going to have. And it's posted. It changes by the quarter. It can change by the year. It changes with interest rates. So what you may get today may not be what you would get in the future, may not be what you would have gotten in the past. And it's important to know this because depending upon how your company is doing is really going to depend upon the multiple. Now, if you are a owner-operator, meaning you don't have a management team in place, meaning you can't leave for a month, 2 or 3 months at a time, your multiple is going to be lower because somebody's going to have to be put in place to come in and put the standard operating procedures in place, put the conversations in place, and put an operator in place. If you have a team where a manager can run the company, run the organization, and you can leave for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months at a time, you are now an SDE. So the common multiples for standard seller discretionary earnings, SDE, is between 1 and 3, typically max. And then if it's SDE, it can be between 3 and 10. And depending upon how much profit you have combined, when you start getting into $2, $3, $4 million in EBITDA, like that's where your multiples really get higher. So like I've had people come to me and go, hey Scott, I'm doing $100,000 a year in business, $100,000 a year in business, and I have a 10% profit margin, meaning I'm making, $10,000. I want $1 million for my company. Do you have intellectual property? No. Do you have some magical device? No. But I hear this thing called multiple and I'm going to get that money. Maybe that multiple doesn't work. Like a lot of times that company would probably sell at max probably $100,000. Just because by the time you figure out how much money that owner is taking home and all of their deductions, it's probably going to come out probably somewhere around $100,000. Okay. Now, on the other hand, somebody has a company that's $10 million a year in revenue with a 10% EBITDA or $2 million. Like they may get a 5 or 6 time multiple. That's not uncommon, but it depends upon the industry. So here's the thing. If you're looking to sell your business in the next 0 to 36 months and you need some help with the exit, you should reach out to the deal hotline, 888-DEAL, 919. As long as you're doing $2 million a year in revenue with a 10% profit margin, no deal is too big. 888-DEAL, 919. Your profit margin really matters. So that multiple is going to be larger depending upon how much EBITDA you make. And this is really why you want to get to a professionally managed company. This is really why you want to have all of the elements in place before you go to sell. It's a huge difference from SDE, seller discretionary earning, all the way to EBITDA. And it really does make a difference for you on your exit. So you're like, hey, Scott, how do I increase my multiple? I'm like, I'm glad you asked. 1, you bring in enough revenue that you can hire a manager and have them put in place and put in standard operating procedures to professionalize the company. 2, you license any intellectual property you have, trademarks, copyrights, anything you can do to make that happen. Trademarks probably going to cost you $1,200, but you have to enforce it. Copyright from a Form TX on the website's like $85 for you to copyright a book. Okay. That's the legal way for you to do it federally. State copyright really doesn't much work. But I'm not a lawyer, accountant, marriage counselor, or therapist. If you need that professional help, go get it from somebody who's qualified. How do you make it more professional for you? Get contracts. Get monthly reoccurring revenue. Show that there's stability inside of your organization. Make your billing done to credit cards instead of getting checks. Be aware, the higher the multiple your company is going to get, the easier it is for the next owners to sustain that amount of profit and revenue that you're having. Like when I look at a company to acquire, I want it to be like, hey, how do we add rocket fuel to this? How do we give it a yes and? How do we get it to the point where it's actually going to do more revenue? How do we get every ounce out of this business that they didn't do? Could we do a tuck-in where we bring another company in and put it underneath the umbrella? Can we get leads? Can we get referrals? Can we go out and streamline the inside of the business? I don't look at investing in a business to lose money. I look at investing in a business to gain money. You've got one of 3 things to do from here. Just one of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.